better home, better connectivity, having more fun, which is PVR, which is again doing very, very well, or well-being. Do you think, and we'll just bring up some of the investable universe under these categories, do you think that, the believers have it going at this point, that they are very much justified in giving such multiples, essentially the buyers and investors in the consumer businesses, they are justified in giving that push to the sector? So and all the businesses, of course you've highlighted food as your preference, but all the businesses are likely to really scale up on the back of that demand.
So, that's a question which is often sort of discussed in terms of the valuation. Are these the right values? Are these the right numbers? Are these the right multiples? Well, I believe in, if you look at across the spectrum, these companies, I think, will have to survive if they have a sustainable model. My strong belief is that if there are companies which are pretty much, somehow floating on the top of the water, will perhaps not be in a position to float for long. If they have a sustainable, strong model which backs up their projections in terms of businesses, etc., those are the ones who will reach the shore. And more importantly, we could see, so what could happen? I don't anticipate a lot of these companies collapsing. But what could potentially happen is there could be some sort of consolidation that may happen. There may be sort of partnerships that may be announced in the near future, so that 2 or 3 of these companies get together. So it's like all of these companies who perhaps feel that they don't have a sustainable model, if they come together, perhaps from a synergistic perspective, they may just be in a position to survive. So I believe there's a good possibility there will be some consolidation. Again, across, not necessarily food. You could look at e-commerce, you could look at online retail, you could look at apparel, could look at specific subsectors like eyewear, shoewear, etc. There will be some level of consolidation, is what my belief is.
Okay. Great. Anil, so good having you. Thanks so much for taking the time out and joining us and giving us your thoughts.
Pleasure always.
And that's the view from Deloitte. And look at consumption, look at fresh foods is where the key could come in. By the way, just before we take that break though, the flash is running on your screen about Maruti. I think the Kotak report, and that report is saying that Maruti is clarified to them that the impact of yen is decreasing. Only 5% of their sales are exposed to the yen volatility. So I think as much as they are trying to ensure that, or by giving these statements, that it doesn't hurt them on the downside, when yen is doing that adverse movement, it will probably hold true for the upside too. However, this is the management clarification. This is the Kotak note on Maruti. What we will do is we will take a very, very quick break because we haven't done that for a while. Come back, full tilt on the auto space, particularly on Maruti and these clarifications that they have given to the brokerage house of Kotak.
बड़ी मेहनत की है। पता है 1.5 घंटा टेनिस खेल के आ रहा हूँ,
पर पूरियां उतनी ही मिलेंगी।
मुझे शुगर की प्रॉब्लम है और मेरे लिए पूरियां छन रही हैं। पता है क्यों? क्योंकि मैंने और मेरी मिसेज ने वीवो एग्रीमेंट साइन किया है ना? अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस एग्रीमेंट
इन्हें वो सब कुछ करना है जिससे इनका शुगर कंट्रोल में रहे। जैसे टेनिस खेलना है, भागना है।
भागता हूँ,
फिट रहना है।
क्या कर रही हो? और इसके बदले में इन्हें मुझे मेरी सारी फेवरेट चीजें खिलानी है, जैसे ये अजवाइन की पूरियां।
क्या कर रहे हो?
फॉर्च्यून वीवो, इंडिया का पहला डायबिटीज केयर ऑयल। तो अब शुगर पे कंट्रोल होगा, खाने पे नहीं।
Hetic fittings make furniture work beautifully. Hetic fittings, German quality you can trust.
Get ready ready for the madness of India Karega Trading. Free data win tablet, free internet and unlimited trading for rupees 6666. F6 online.
Can you tell me why I'm here?
Because that's what happens to foreign spies caught on Iranian soil.
You must not just take his blood, you must take his home. Answer the question!
What are you doing?
Opening nights, Rosewater, 19th June, Sunday, 1 p.m. and 9 p.m. Only on MN Plus.
You are used to outperforming the competition. So are we. The BMW 5 Series, the world's most successful business sedan, now at a low EMI, a short buyback, also in petrol.
Don't go to Paris. Don't tour Paris. And please don't do Paris. Live in Paris. When you Airbnb in Paris, you have your own home. Make your bed. Cook. You know, the stuff you normally do. Don't go to LA. Don't go to New York. Don't go to Tokyo. Live there. Live in Malibu. Live in the East Village. Live in Shinagawa. Feel at home. Anywhere. Do your regular routine. Wherever you go, don't go there. Live there. Even if it's just for a night.
We are building future for you.
When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Ashok Leyland, one of India's largest manufacturers of commercial vehicles and a world leader in defense logistics vehicles. Tough, reliable, comfortable. India moves on Ashok Leyland.
Stock holding. We look after everything. Do you want to invest in Government of India bonds? Invest through us.
Stock holding. We look after everything. Call 1800-229960.
क्या आपने अपनी बीवी के साथ वीवो एग्रीमेंट साइन किया है? कर लीजिए, मजे में रहेंगे.
Okay, back with market sense, and remember Maruti remains in focus. You saw the flashes on your screen a little while back that while the yen is currently at the strongest level against the dollar since August 2014, is yen appreciation. Maruti has exposure to yen via way of imports, people would know that, and margins get impacted negatively if yen appreciates. But I think the change could be, or the difference could be, that Kotak in the note says that the Maruti management has clarified to Kotak that the yen impact on revenues is decreasing. I think Maruti has spoken to ET now as well. Forget Kotak. So Ajay Johnson with what Maruti had to tell ET now. Those are the flashes on your screen. Maruti telling ET now that they are taking serious efforts to cut down the impact of the yen volatility. It is in their interest, of course. Remember, you can argue that when it's moving in the right direction, it benefits them. But I think the company wouldn't want to be known as something which gets impacted majorly because of a currency movement. They'd rather be known for the business that they are in. And which is why I think this is important from Maruti's perspective. But I think there's a crucial statement given, Tanveer. They are working with vendors closely to incentivize localization. So all of these are futuristic statements. But just the fact that they are saying that only 5% is the impact, is a big thing. And I think they have told this to ET now. So let's get in Ajay to speak about this. Ajay, I think you had a chance to speak with Maruti, and they are going ahead, confirming this, what's coming in the Kotak report, and telling us more as well.
Neeraj, so, the traditional thinking in the market is that whenever yen strengthens a whole lot, Maruti is one stock which comes under pressure, and we have seen this happen. Anecdotal evidence suggests that. So the same case played out in today's session as well. So the one leg of the story is that definitely the revenues get impacted because large part of the components are actually imported in yen, denominated in yen. So this part is known. Today, Kotak, released a report, a note saying that yes, this is true, but because of a combination of reasons, efforts done by Maruti in order to cut down imports, dependence on imports, yen imports, and also increase localization, and coupled with their natural hedge against this, because their portion of revenues coming from exports to this region is also going up. So a combination of reasons, the net impact is such that only 5% of their revenues are actually exposed to yen volatility. So this is a different note which is sent out by Kotak. We tried to, talk to the management, which, did not wish to come on the channel, but it clearly discussed that there is a combination of strategies which has happened. And mind you, the origination of this report, we spoke to the analysts also, is the management commentary they have got in various investor conferences which have happened. So the same thing, management also told ET now that yes, there are a combination of strategy which is on, so that they could reduce the area of their revenue which is exposed to yen volatility. They are incentivizing their vendors to use less of imported parts and more of local. On the other hand, the exports are going up. And the third part, very interesting, which though known to smaller section of the market, the royalty payments from Brezza model onwards will be calculated in rupee and not in yen. So all these efforts are being made to reduce this impact.
Thanks for that. Thanks. We are struggling with time very quickly. 3% down on Maruti Suzuki. What take?
I think Maruti has been in a range for a while, making about 40, 50, 4100 on the downside and about 4200 on the upside. It continues to remain within this range, and until it breaks out of this range, one cannot really take a short-term view. If you were to raise your perspective just a wee bit and look at the medium-term view, then this entire rise has to be taken a rally within an ongoing downtrend, and therefore one should probably expect the lower end of the range to break soon. But I don't see it being very bearish, so probably getting into a bit of a range but with a slight downward bias. The caveat here is that once it breaks past 42, 42.50, the stock will be on a wicket.
For joining in and giving us that perspective, out of time completely. Thanks so much for watching this leg of Market Sense.